there were like a party of voices started to talk in my head. So I thought I was being possessed and I have a direct line to the God. I was being handcuffed on a metal bed, 2 hands and 1 leg. What was our relationship like when I was growing up?
When Val was born, at that time, all of us are very happy because her dad's family don't have girls. She's my lovely daughter. When she was very young, everything is really very good and very happy. We love her so much. She's very cute and then she's very adorable. When you ask her, she will answer you. She can dance, she can sing. And she's so sweet and she talks nicely. Everybody love her. Until a few years later, then me and my husband, the relationship was really very bad. And we broken, and then he kept away 2 kids away from me. I couldn't visit them. And Val kept calling me every time I want to come home. I want to stay with you. So at that time, of course, I miss my 2 kids so much. And every day before I go to work, I will go to her school and wait for her to see her and talk to her. Then I cry and go to work. Every day.
Would you remember her going to your school just to see you and then cry?
No, I don't remember my mom coming to school to see me because there are too many unhappy memories. That's why it replaced all the good memories. Yeah, so I can't remember any good memories at all. Not even a single one.
That time, because I'm a single parent, financially I was really very bad. So at that time, relationship and money, I have to sacrifice the relationship. When I left Singapore to work in overseas, I left Val to stay with my relative.
So there was not anyone at home to look after me. At that time, I was only like 9 years old. And I resented her. I felt like, how come she was not there for me? And she was the only one, my loved one, but she was not around to fend for me.
When did your life start to fall apart?
My life started to fall apart during my childhood and when I was living with my relatives. I had a traumatic experience for a year. I felt very scared. Every night, I need to surround myself with toys, bears, on the bed. I thought they could protect me. I resented my mom. That was the first time I felt hatred and resentment. I felt that I was being abandoned. I hated her. I hope that I wouldn't see her again. She wouldn't be in my life anymore.
I stationed in Bangladesh. I received one of her letter. It's really hurt when you receive a letter from your daughter telling you that she feel uncomfortable, she feel that somebody is bullying her. I keep reading that and I keep crying.
I felt that I was dirty. So I find all ways to self-destruct myself, like smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, and trying to really die many times. I can forget all my pain, my sorrows for a moment. Yeah, I tried to overdose with drugs, and that's how I landed in prison.
The first time in prison, then I know that she had drug abuse. feel very sad and I feel so bad, and I keep scolding myself that why this thing happens to my daughter. And even myself, I do have friends with the addicts and everything. I always hope that my kids is not going to end out like that. At the end, my daughter was admitted to the prison. I was so surprised, and I was really very angry of myself. And I have to throw back to Singapore every week to visit her and talk to her and make her feel more comfortable. But it's not help because she hated me so much.
Yeah, when I was released from the prison, I wanted to free myself from drugs. And I thought going to another country, I will forget what all those addiction, how was it like, and not to mix with the old friends.
We went Turkey for a few years, and then that time she was telling me that, Mom, I want to go back to Singapore. I've been not going back to Singapore for so long. But when she came back on the same day, on the same night, she got caught. She called me, Mom, I need help. So the next day, I still have to fly back again. And she was sentenced to prison again. Yeah.
During my second incarceration, I lost my senses and I developed psychosis, which is like snowballed into schizophrenia. I was incoherent. I couldn't control my movements, my actions, everything. My thoughts, my mind, there were like a party of voices started to talk in my head. So I thought I was being possessed and I have a direct line to the God. I was being handcuffed on a metal bed, 2 hands and 1 leg without cushion, and it was cold. Every time when I pass motion, I pass urine, they put me on Pampers, but every time it will overflow. Yeah, because too much. Yeah, they only gave like 1 pamper a day, so I need to wait until the next day to change another one. Most of the time I was sleeping with faces, shit and urine. It was a very horrible experience because I couldn't turn left or I couldn't turn right. I could only like sleep with my hands up and 1 leg free only. Yeah. Did you think I was crazy when you saw me in prison?
At that moment, I really thought of my life. The first time I really screamed like hell and I was crying badly. After my visit, the prison officer told me that my Valerie had diagnosed with schizophrenia. Of course, in the beginning, I'm very scared. She was like, see, Mommy, I talk to the television, inside. I can communicate, I tell them to sit, they sit, I cannot come out, they come out. So I was like, oh shit, the television was off, Then I cannot argue with her. So I will just sit there and listen, but I'm very scared.
There was a period of time that I couldn't leave my room, even like going to the toilet, like to brush my teeth, wash my face, to shower. It was very difficult. And I only opened the door and took my food, took my meals, and put the food outside, just like that for a year. And there were still voices in my head telling me all the negative things that I shouldn't go out. I cannot go out. It's not the right time. Yeah, then it got worse because I think there was nobody at home. I kept talking to myself and think the voices came back. There was a voice telling me to go downstairs. I went downstairs barefooted, and I think I blocked the traffic and someone called the police. So they sent me to IMH.
Do you blame me
Yeah, yes. In the past, I did. Yeah, blame my mom. That's why I resented her, hated her during my childhood, my growing up years, my teenage years. I blame her because I felt that it was her fault. It was her fault because if she was there for me, I wouldn't have faced all this situation. I wouldn't have schizophrenia. I wouldn't be taking medicine right now. So I pieced like actually my illnesses, my psychosis, my schizophrenia, this diagnosis were from my young stage during my childhood, the abandonment kind of feeling from my mom. When I was awarded, she said, "Mommy kneel down lah to beg you for forgiveness." In my mind, I was thinking, for what? After all the things that I went through, now then you want to ask me for forgiveness. So late already. That was what in my mind. But her tears were in her eyes. First time I saw, I felt a sincerity. But so the thoughts in my head changed. Say, give her a chance lah. But I didn't tell her that I will give you a chance. I literally tell her, I'll watch you. I'll monitor you.
I know that I can't change her. I have to change myself to prove that I'm really sincere. Yeah, that I will try my best to be her mother again and rebuild our relationship. In the beginning, I really don't know about mental illness and I don't have any knowledge at all. I try to learn as much as quick as I can so that I can help her and support her. I attended C2C lessons, and after I attended the lessons, then I realized that, frankly speaking, it's all my fault. And I told her that, give me a chance to be your mother again. It took me 3 years to gain this trust. So I realized that she needs me badly, and I need to help her for her recovery. Then I resigned. I told her that I'll resign. I had to watch her mood, her emotion today. How is she? Is she feeling better? Is she happy today? I will send her a message every day, like, have a nice day, have a nice day. Every day, have a nice day lah. Then she will say, stop. Don't send me all this, so boring. Can you give me something new? So every day I have to change lah. Nice day, wonderful day, beautiful day, sunshine day. So every day I keep changing all kind of encourage word and make her feel better. So there's one day I said, just go down for a walk. So I try to hold one of her finger and see whether she's going to push me away or not. So no this time. So the second finger. So slowly walk and slowly hold until I hold her whole hand. Inside my heart, I was so happy, I tell you. Like I'm in love with someone who really accept me to hold her hand. And I keep telling me that, please don't tell me that you want to go back. Can we continue walk all the way, even an hour, 2 hours, because I have not hold your hand for so long. So this is the one that it made me so happy at times that she accept me. Yeah. What are you most grateful to each other for?
So we'll need you to write on a piece of paper, then read it to each other.
Thank you for giving me a chance to be your mother. Thank you for giving me a chance to be a mother.
I'm most grateful that you are my mother because of your unconditional love, patience, and strength. For me to grow up today to be someone like you, strong, kind, and nurturing. Love you. Love you too. My mother motivates me to keep going because she's getting older. So I need to tell myself and remind myself that I need to be independent and be a caregiver to myself, to take care of myself, because she won't be here for me in future.
Do you still hear voices?
Yeah, sometimes I still hear voices. My mental health condition is like a roller coaster ride. It never ends. From adulthood, I mean like after teenage years, my 20s, mid-20s until now, I had a few relapses. Now it's more manageable because it's not like a party of voices. I'm still taking medication. Yeah, so it helps me to manage the symptoms. So now that I can come to like do this shoot, I am at 85% good recovery. Not 100%. I still have a lot of work to do for my health. I know I need patience and take one day at a time, one step at a time, don't rush.
We can sit here today to share our journey. It's proof that our relationship is really very good and very close. We are best friends.
Best friend
Yeah.
Okay lah.
She will never satisfy.